Hey, great selling Saturday. Everyone, Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And today is February 17th, Saturday, Selling Saturday. And we are live coming to you from Des Moines, Iowa. And we'll be out live throughout the day because today I start a 2-day training with the group from Suncrest Capital where we are launching our first ever class for community managers, all right, empowering community managers and sales teams. This right here is a 2-day course that we're putting on to do just that, empower community managers, because those of you out there that are in the manufactured home community space, you understand that sometimes your community managers have to be selling and leasing. And so they need to have some of that sales flair. They need to have some of that sales skill and understand what it is that we do, how we do it, and why we do it. So we're going to be getting into that. So throughout the day, we'll have some little live segments that will bring you and updates and photos and whatnot. But today, right now, it's Selling Saturday for those of you that are on the sales floor today, and we're coming in with a message to be able to get you going, get you on the right foot, and keep you moving forward. And today, we have a message from someone who I get compared to a lot. Albert Einstein. I don't know, something about being a genius. I can't even. I don't. Stop. All right, here we go. It says, like in life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep. Check this out. What in the world was Al talking about? Right? So, whether it's in life or in business, whether you're a manufactured home salesperson or you work at a restaurant, does not matter. All right. The only way you maintain balance in your life is by the fact that you keep moving. A lot of people are searching out, I want my work-life balance. Well, that's great. I completely understand. I understand where you're coming from, but it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? If you're trying to accomplish big things, you're trying to do big things. If you're trying to be a top salesperson, if you're trying to be the best person, best spouse, parent, brother, uncle, friend, whatever it may be, right? If you're trying to drop 15 pounds, man, come on. Anyway, there is no balance. There just isn't. It's too hard to maintain balance. The only way to maintain balance is by you keeping your momentum going, by moving forward all of the time. You can't stop. You can't stop. You won't stop. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It doesn't matter if you're manufacturing home sales and you got a pipeline of 20. It doesn't matter. You got to add another 5. You got to add another 10. You got to keep adding to it. You got to keep adding to it. You got to keep adding. You got to keep stacking more and more on top of yourself. And somebody say, oh my God, when do you stop? And you keep moving forward. Because here's what's happening. Eventually, not next week, not next month, and probably not next year. It's going to take you a few years. All right. Then some of that weight, some of that work, some of those things that you start stacking up on top of yourself will start to come off. And not that it goes away. It's just as you keep moving forward and you keep building and you keep growing, you're able to now add to your resources. Okay. So in business, we get to add to the team and you get to delegate some of those things. So now you don't have to be the one in charge of that. And in sales, as you stack up a pipeline, I'd say you're at 15 and you get to 25, you get to 30 deals working all the time, and you're delivering 6 or 7 a month or more and funding those. Well, you get to maybe hire an assistant because you've got a boatload of money coming in. And so you get to take some of that work off, right? You get to hire somebody to post your ads and maybe schedule your appointments and handle some of your paperwork if you don't have a loan processor in the office. In life, right? With your relationships, as you just keep stacking on more and more, like right now, you would think with as much that we're doing for this business, my wife and I, and we're apart a lot. It's some of the sacrifices that we're making right now to build this thing big, not for us, but for you, the housing consultant, the retail, the community owners and investors out there, for you, for the people that you're serving. That's what we're doing it for, right? But anyways, getting back to it, we're stacking all this stuff on top of us. We don't have much time that we spend together as we used to before, when I lived and worked in my hometown. Now, as we build this and we grow this, one of the things is, with her being part of this, we're actually getting closer. We speak, even though it may seem like we speak less when we speak with each other, we're actually having conversations, and we're intentional about those things, and we value those few moments that we do get to have. Even if we're working the whole time, I may be home for a day or two, and if we're working the whole time, but we cherish those moments. And with time, we'll reap the benefits of that. Right now, we're both putting in the work. Our kids sacrifice as well, because I'm not at home as much as well. And the older ones have to take on more of the responsibility as well. All right. But as you keep moving forward, balance will come. You keep moving, at least in the balance, right? If you liken it to riding a bike, just the way Albert did, Einstein, all right, my buddy. If you don't keep moving forward, what happens? You're going to tip over. You're going to fall. You're going to scrape your knee. You're going to bust your head open. If you're like my youngest and you scrape your knee, man, you're going to be screaming bloody murder. Love you, Sebastian. But then your momentum stops. And you certainly don't want to do. Look, check this out. I've done road cycling before, right? In a prior life, one of my 5,000 lives that I've had. I did road cycling. I got a really nice one that was hanging in my garage, by the way, but it fell. Anyways, I digress so much. I apologize. I need to get better at that. One of the times that you really don't want to fall on a bike, all right, is on a road bike when your feet are buckled into the pedals. If you can't get your foot off of there, man, you're just tipping over. Bam. Okay. I've had it happen to me a few times. You certainly don't want to fall when you're going uphill. You don't want to fall when you're just building, when you're growing. Okay. Let's say you're in manufactured homes, so you're a salesperson or you're a community manager, and you're just getting started and ramping up and moving, and things just seem so much more difficult, because they are, right? That's the worst time that you want to stop and fall. You cannot stop and fall, because here's the thing: you lose that little momentum you had going, and now you fell in the middle of a uphill, and you pick up that bike, you try to get back on, and it's that much harder to pedal up that hill because you lost all momentum. You might as well go back down to the bottom of the hill and start over again to get at least a little flat ground, and then go up. And that's what most of the time happens in business. When you do fall, when you do stop and you fall over on your bike, you don't usually stay in place like you would on the bike. You go tumbling down the hill. And when you were up in the middle here, now you're back down, and you got to start all over again. So what's the message today? The message is keep moving. There is no balance. The only balance you have is the fact that you're moving. That's it. If you're building, you're moving. That's your balance. Take solace in that. Take comfort in that. The fact that you're actually making progress is actually balance. Because you could be flat on your butt, beat up, bruised, bleeding, and rolling down the hill. Which would you prefer? I'll take struggling 10 times. I'll take struggling for 1,000, Alex. All right? Because here's the situation. If you keep moving, at least, and you're like that little engine that could. I think I can. And you keep moving, and you keep moving, and you keep moving. Eventually, folks, you get to the top. Eventually, you're going to get there, and you can cruise down that hill. You can keep moving, or it flattens. You don't want it to flatten out in business, right? But what I'm just saying, it becomes easier, less weight, less force against you, because now the real balance comes in the fact that you get to eliminate some of those additional things that you had to take on when you were first starting. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you're a manufactured home sales, you're getting started out, keep building, man. Keep building. Just keep going. Don't stop. If you're doing this for your relationship, keep going. Keep building. Don't stop. If you're trying to drop some weight, start and then keep going. Keep building. Don't stop. Because balance comes in two ways. Your first balance is just the fact that you're moving. The second balance comes down the road, folks. Whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, who knows? It's going to be a long time, especially if you're building a business. Believe me, it's going to be a long time. It's not going to happen the way you think. It's not going to happen the way you think. It's hard as heck to get this done. There's so many stresses that come your way, man. Even to get here to Des Moines, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? By the grace of God, thank you, God. I'm here and we're moving. We keep moving. Here's another win for our company. And we just keep building. It's tough, man. It's tough. Whoever told you it's easy, you're looking online and, oh yeah, it's going to be easy. You know, it's going to be simple. I just got to do this and I just got to do that. And things are going to happen. Stop. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be. No matter what you're doing, starting a company, building a business, starting a relationship, trying to become a film director, in case you're watching out there, it's not going to be freaking easy. And you got to put in the work. Oh yeah, and you got to get a job, by the way. Talking to my 17-year-old, man. He's congratulations. I got to say this, all right, even though I'm riding him a little bit right now. He's on his way with his mom, one of his buddies. They're making their way up towards East Texas, Carthage, Texas area, because one of his most recent films is up for some awards, and very proud of him for the work that he's put in. But man, it's going to be harder, Jackson. And you got to go after it. And you got to put in all the other work that goes along with it. All right. Now I'm talking specifically to you, man. If you're watching this, stop messing around. Stop thinking that, I'm going to hide behind the radar and I'm just going to do my little thing, my comfort level. No. And it's not going to work out exactly the way it is or the way that you think it's going to. But if you keep fighting through, you'll make it. And that goes for everyone else who's watching this, man. You guys go and do a great job today, this Selling Saturday. If you're selling manufactured homes, get a ton of them. Help a whole mess of families, but keep moving forward. Keep pressing on. And if you're in the manufactured home community space, you need to reach out to us so that we can get with you and explain how this new course, Empowering Community Managers and Sales Teams, it's a 2-day event. Sorry, trying to get the glare out of it. We'll take your team, your community, your managers to a whole new level, because that's what we do here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. Don't forget, full house training cards as well. Man, I got it all. Let's freaking go. Have a great Saturday. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.